As we step into a new year, I wanted to talk about something that's been life-changing for me: choosing a guiding word to help anchor my focus throughout the year. It's a simple practice, but one that has shifted how I approach my art and life. So I hope you get some value out of this video. The idea of a guiding word first came to me from Laura Horn's podcast, episode 115, Planning Your Creative Year and Trello Tips, where she talked about her process of choosing a word to set the tone for her year. It was an aha moment for me because I've always been drawn to structure, or at least I try to lean into it because this is where my weaknesses needs the most help. I'm not very organized nor structured. For context, I've been using Trello, a project management app, since 2014. At first, I used it to track my personal and creative projects, but I also was kind of curious about how other artists use similar tools to stay organized. A guiding word works like a compass. It's not a to-do list or a rigid goal. It's a reminder of what truly matters. Studies and principles like the Pareto principle support this. When we focus on the few things that make the biggest impact, we can quiet the noise of distractions. A guiding word simplifies our choices, helping us prioritize and stay aligned with our deeper intentions, leading to clarity and purposeful action. I started this practice in 2023, inspired by Laura's podcast, and have carried it into each new year since. My first word was focus, which came at a time when I was bursting with ideas, which hasn't really changed to this day, but struggling to stay grounded. While it helped me prioritize, it also felt a little too restrictive, and I'm an ENFP if you're into the Myers-Briggs test, aka the 16 personality test, which I'll have the link below. And sticking to one thing can feel like caging myself in. For 2024, my word was emerge. It reflected how my art, especially watercolor, flows and comes to life almost unpredictably. I loved how that word encouraged me to grow and emerge as an artist while welcoming the fluid, intuitive nature of watercolor, a medium I love. This year, my word is mission. Choosing it wasn't easy. I went through other words like grace, centered, and even revisited focus until I realized I have used it for 2023, which wasn't a surprise as it's what I struggle and it's my weakness, but none of them felt quite right. Then during a conversation with my partner, who's better with words, I'm not a really wordy person, so he suggested mission. Then I kind of went into maybe calling was better, but then he told me no, like a calling could, spread out to different kind of callings, and I needed one mission. This word mission will work the best for me, and it's purposeful without being confining, broad enough to allow me to grow, but grounded enough to keep me steady. So I've chosen the word mission for 2025. Alongside this, I've been incorporating insights from a productivity YouTuber, Ali Abdal, who shared a system he uses to stay aligned with this vision in his video, 6 Habits to Make 2025 Your Best Year Yet. I'll have this linked below in the description. One of his tips that connected with me, and I thought about incorporating it into my Trello system, was the idea of quarterly quests. Setting quarterly goals that align with your so-called goal, but in my case, I have adapted it to my guiding word. This year, I've started breaking down my mission into achievable quarterly goals that keep me focused on what I want to achieve. And that is primarily 1, building a community of artists and anybody art related in Washington because I've just arrived here, and creating a series of paintings related to the masters. And 3, to continue learning to be a better painter than I was in 2024. Ali also emphasizes the value of a weekly review, a practice where you reflect on the week and check if you're aligned with your quarterly quests. I found this immensely helpful for staying on track and course correcting when needed, so I have applied all these things into my 2025 Trello board so I can look at it on a daily basis to stay aligned. And speaking of staying grounded, the painting you see in this video reflects the theme of anchoring. I limited my palette to 2 colors I absolutely love, well, actually 3. One, Winsor & Newton's Aqua Green, and Rockwell's Magic Wizard. For the darkest values, I've used Daniel Smith's Soda Light Genuine from Primatech line, which added more depth to the painting. Choosing a guiding word feels like picking the lens through which you'll view your year. For me, seeing mission every day will be a way to remind myself to stay intentional while giving myself the freedom to explore creatively. So my question for you is this: what word would you like to guide you in 2025? Think about what you want to feel and what will inspire you to help your weaknesses to get you going on your creative path. Here's a year for more creativity. Until next time, take care and keep creating. Bye bye.